It was the year of fire, the year of destruction, the year they took back what was theirs. It was the year of rebirth, the year of great sadness, the year of pain, and the year of joy. It was a new age. It was the end of history. It was the year everything changed. The year is 2261. The place, Babylon 5. The fourth season of Babylon 5 aired in 1996 to 1997. Now, after the incredible third season of Babylon 5, the fourth season is where this show started to have problems. Although those were not caused by J. Michael Straczynski or any of his staff. Rather, it was the network's fault as to why this show began to have problems. While the fourth season of Babylon 5 was filming, the Primetime Entertainment Network, or P10 for short, told J. Michael Straczynski that they have to wrap up the show at the end of the fourth season, forcing J. Michael Straczynski to pretty much cram in what he intended in the final season into the fourth season, which is why the fourth season feels very fast-paced compared to previous seasons. And just when J. Michael Straczynski was going to wrap up Babylon 5 after the fourth season, TNT came around miraculously and picked up Babylon 5 for a fifth season. Therefore, J. Michael Straczynski was able to finish his show with 5 seasons as he originally intended. Maybe not to his original vision because of the setbacks that happened in the production of the fourth season. Now, even though the fourth season of Babylon 5 is visually consistent with the previous 3 seasons of the show, the fourth season in particular has a lot more space skirmishes than the previous 3 seasons. Honestly, having to wait 3 seasons to see some really epic action scenes in space is definitely worth the wait, and they were awesome to watch. Christopher Frankie's music is just as noteworthy as the soundtrack to the third season of Babylon 5. Now, I understand that the first 2 seasons of Babylon 5 aren't as noteworthy as seasons 3 and 4, but that was because I felt that the first 2 seasons reserved Christopher Frankie's good stuff for seasons 3 and 4, when stuff really gets going. And the music actually flows well with what the show is going for, and that's what I liked about how the soundtrack is handled in Babylon 5 as a whole. The acting in the fourth season of Babylon 5 continues to improve with each passing season, and the fourth season of Babylon 5 contains some of the strongest acting in the show. Now, even though the fourth season of Babylon 5 is rushed due to the production setbacks that the show was facing at the time, fortunately the character arcs don't feel as rushed as a result, so that's nice. Now, as for the plot of the fourth season of Babylon 5, I would understand that some people would say that the show reached its peak at the third season, and you would be right. However, how Babylon 5 is structured is by following a 5-stage classic template. If you have watched some of the DVD introductions to each of the seasons of Babylon 5, you may have noticed that J. Michael Straczynski was referring to this template a few times. The first season follows the first stage, exposition, where plot, characters, and conflict are set up. The second season follows the second stage, rising action, where things start moving. The third season follows the third stage, climax, where things start reaching their peak. And the fourth season follows the fourth stage, falling climax. Now, as for the fifth and final season of Babylon 5, which I will eventually review, that follows the fifth and final stage, resolution. Even though the third season of Babylon 5 was the show at its peak, the fourth season does not disappoint despite that we hit such a high note in the third season of Babylon 5. The show continues to be as engaging and interesting, and it still continues to have fascinating characters develop even further. And that is something I love about this show, despite that it had the production setbacks at the time. But I have more to tell about these production setbacks when I talk about the fifth and final season of Babylon 5. But that will have to wait until I get there. I'm sure you've heard this phrase before, but nothing's perfect, and the fourth season of Babylon 5 really does prove that even a great science fiction show like Babylon 5 with great characters and great writing can succumb to flaws. Although in the fourth season of Babylon 5's case, that was caused by network issues, not the show itself. And that's why the fourth season is the way it is. So I'm going to give the fourth season of Babylon 5 a pass regarding the issues it had caused by network issues. And one of the reasons I'm giving the fourth season of Babylon 5 a pass is because the writing is still so damn good, like the previous three seasons that came before it. And also, this is the second time that J. Michael Straczynski wrote an entire season for Babylon 5. The first time was the third season. Even with the setbacks that J. Michael Straczynski was faced with throughout the entire production of Babylon 5, he adapted, he had plan Bs, and still delivered phenomenal storytelling throughout his 5-year run. Production setback aside, the fourth season of Babylon 5 is pretty damn good, and I'm going to be shooting for a 10 out of 10 on the fourth season of Babylon 5. And now I am down to one more season of Babylon 5. But before I talk about the final season of the show, I'm going to be talking about the television films that were released in the Babylon 5 universe, plus the spin-off series Crusade. So it's going to be a while till I talk about the final season of Babylon 5. But until then, good day and good night.